Thank you, Brooks, and thank you, President Zabutsky, and the entire BCIT family. Most importantly, thank you to all of the graduates and your families and friends and everyone gathered here today. Thank you for the tremendous honor of allowing me to deliver today's keynote speech. I'll be very honest, I do not yet feel quite worthy of the honor of giving today's speech. So please do know that I am truly humbled to be with you here today. It wasn't long ago that I was sitting in the crowd for my own graduation from BCIT. I graduated in 2010 with a diploma from the Marketing Management Professional Real Estate Program, and again in 2011 with a bachelor's degree in Business Administration. I came to BCIT immediately after graduating from high school in 2008. So I was busy, 3 graduations in 3 years, only possible at BCIT. BCIT will always be home for me. My 3 years here were the formative years of my life. When I think back of my time here at BCIT, the following quote often comes to mind. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. It is hard to graduate from BCIT. I'm sure those words will already resonate with many of you and will continue to take on meaning as the years go by and you look back at your journey at BCIT. So I'll repeat it again, BCIT is hard work. I had a lot of self-doubt when I was here as a student. There were many times that I wondered if I'd make it through to my own graduation. Again, I'm sure something that many of us can relate to. So if you told me in 2011 that I'd be giving this speech today in 2026, I would be very proud and very relieved. All of this is to say, if nothing else, you'll never have someone give this keynote speech who is prouder to stand up here amongst fellow BCIT graduates. Allow me to speak then briefly about my career with a focus on my work in healthcare philanthropy. I'll then conclude by passing along, hopefully, some wisdom that I've learned along the way. And I'll preface this by stressing that I am still learning. I work in real estate. Our family business was founded by my great-grandfather, John Jambor, who built our business alongside my father, William McCarthy. John Jambor immigrated to Canada from Slovakia and settled in Burnaby. He arrived, like so many of our immigrants, without a dollar or a word of English. He became successful in real estate. He could have never dreamed that life would be so good in Canada. Our family found its calling when John Jambor's wife, my great-grandmother, died of cancer. We realized that we had a duty to give back. This started our journey in healthcare philanthropy, which culminated in our $21 million gift to the BC Cancer Foundation in 2012, and most recently, our $5 million gift to name and establish the BC Cancer Burnaby McCarthy Center, which will be built at Burnaby Hospital. I've been privileged to have the opportunity to carry on this work in my career. Through my journey in healthcare, I've been fortunate to chair the BC Cancer Foundation, to lead the advocacy efforts for a new Burnaby Hospital, and to support the mission of St. Michael's Center, a high-acuity long-term care center and hospice in South Burnaby. I pause here to mention it is at St. Michael's where I have been in most awe of our healthcare professionals and the compassionate care that you deliver to our elders and to the sickest and most vulnerable in our community. The motivation in my career is simply to earn these opportunities the best that I can. Now my advice to all of you. First, be very proud today. Tomorrow will bring new challenges and new worries. This is always the case. That is normal. But today, be very proud of what you have accomplished. There should be no limit to how good you allow yourself to feel today. This is your special day. Be grateful to those who have supported you along the way to this moment. Show them your gratitude. And next, healthcare is not a career, but a vocation. You are all entrusted with the well-being of our society and with preserving the dignity of the individual. This work is sacred, and our society needs you now more than ever. Finally, do not underestimate the power that you have to make change. We have a healthcare system that currently is in duress, and that must perform better for our population. Be the change that you want to see in this system. That is your responsibility. You have a duty to advocate for your patients and the community that you care for. Never forget this and have the courage of your convictions. I'll conclude with a quote that is meaningful to me, even more so as I'm now joined here today with my wife Eliza and our 1-month-old son William, who I've not heard cry yet. We might be tempting fate. Maybe I just can't hear him. This is a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, "Here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well." I've not talked today about AI or geopolitics or different things that you would boo me for. The world is never normal. The world is never stable. But values and hard work will always endure and will always win the day. My sincere thanks to all of you, my deepest, most sincere congratulations, and never forget that you are from BCIT. I promise you that will always set you apart. Thank you.